What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and this is an exciting video. Annihilape is finally coming to Pokemon Go. This is one of those Pokemon where if it comes in with the moveset that we think it's gonna get, this thing will be top of the top meta. You will want to have it. It will impact every single league. Great, Ultra, Master. There's a lot to go over in this video. There's a week-long event that we need to talk about, the best ways that you guys can get this Pokemon, like an easy trick that might just work. We're going to be talking about the moveset and the stats of Annihilape, its impact against the meta, and talk about common Pokemon that can pair well with it. This is a deep dive video, so buckle up. Let's get right into it. Alright, so Annihilape is coming during Raging Battles Friday, January 19th to Wednesday, January 24th. Now, the way you get this Pokemon is when you evolve Primeape into Annihilape after you defeat 30 Ghost-type or Psychic-type Pokemon in battle with Primeape as your buddy. You do not have to defeat these Pokemon with Primeape. So, a little loophole here that might just work is if you have a friend that you can send a battle to, both of you load up with teams full of Ghost and Psychic type Pokemon, KO each other really quick, and get this 30. I wouldn't recommend, unless you absolutely have to, going into Go Battle League, because that might take a while. And then there might be some, you might be able to do Team Rocket battles. This might count as gym battles as well. There could be some loopholes around this because it's very vague, as it says after you defeat 30 ghost or psychic types in a battle. That could mean a lot of different types of battles. The fastest and most efficient way is likely going to be sending a battle to a friend, having the Primeape as your buddy. Both of you stock up with teams of 3 with ghost and psychic types and just go at each other until both of you have 30. Make sure Primeape is your buddy. Now, moving on to what this event is. This is a week-long kind of like battle event. We have a lot of good spawns for it. Mankey, obviously, these are wild encounters. I love events with wild encounters. That means everyone can play for free. Machop, Lickitung is a big one. Gligar is a big one. Sableye is a big one. Scraggy there for Scrafty if you guys don't have that. These are very strong Pokemon. Lickitung, Gligar, and Sableye are top of the top meta, and obviously Mankey going into Annihilape is going to be top meta as well, so you're going to want to be farming these Pokemon for wild encounters. The raids aren't too bad. You do have some opportunities there for Marini if you're missing out on that. Maybe even a Zweilos there if you guys don't have that. Field research is going to be the Mankey, obviously, and we also have Go Battle Week as well, where it's going to be 4 times Stardust, maximum sets from 5 to 10 for a total of 50 battles, total of 50 battles every day. So it's a week-long Go Battle League with the active leaves of Great, Ultra, and Master, which is going to be really good. So overall, this event is solid. We have decent raid Pokemon. We have very good wild encounters. We have an insanely strong Annihilape coming into the meta, and we have a week-long 4 times Stardust, 10 set Go Battle League. It is absolutely solid. Now, when it comes to Annihilape, this is where we gotta get a bit iffy on it, because we know its typing is strong. If you guys did not know, it is a fighting ghost type. Stat spread as well is pretty good. Not horrible defense, I've seen worse. Pretty decent attack and decent stamina. It's pretty well-rounded overall. Now, its moveset is where it gets very interesting. So you pair the fighting ghost type, which is already really strong. Fast moves, what it looks like it could have is counter and low kick. I guess it also has the potential to get Shadow Claw. We'll have to see if that comes. And then charge moves here: Close Combat, Ice Punch, Low Sweep, and Night Slash. Now, these are what PvPoke thinks it might come with. It could get the Clodsire treatment, for example, where it doesn't come with these movesets and it's something worse. But I hope it kind of ships with this, because it looks pretty strong and is a direct contender with the top 2 fighters, which currently is Poliwrath and Medicham, right? And this thing can beat them. So let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to do a quick simulation here for the Great League. As you guys can see, this is the meta. 21 wins, 19 losses. Pretty balanced there. Obviously, Pokemon that are going to be beating it is Fairies. Fairies are going to do very well. So stuff like Shadow Alolan Ninetales with Charm, Azumarill, and that's all due to resisting those charge moves, right? Night Slash and Close Combat. Now, Shadow Alolan Ninetales still needs to watch out for Close Combat, and also Flyers do pretty well. Superior here with Aerial Ace, but Gligar, Mantine, Cresselia with the Moonblast, all pretty solid. But what it also does is it beats a lot of the other meta. So Poliwrath, straight up, Shadow and Normal, it beats it. Yeah, you guys can see that, sorry. It beats it. Obviously, it beats all the tanks, Umbreon, Lickitung, Alolan Sandslash, Registeel, Bastiodon. But it also beats Medicham here. And this is what's crazy. It has Night Slash coverage for Psychics and Ghosts, but it also locks down all the other fighters. It beats Defense Form Deoxys. Shadow Victory Bell's very close. Shadow Victory Bell, literally a 50-50 right there, depending on the IVs and whatnot. But even stuff like Frostlass, right, is part Ghost type, so with the Night Slash, those are going to start adding up. So this is a Pokemon in the Great League that is going to be performing really well. Now, that's with the meta Pokemon. Obviously, overall, it's going to be a different story because there's just so many Pokemon in the meta. 76% win rate, so coming in with a Splash, having a very high win rate, and even against the core meta that we do see, it's a very strong showing with the just slightly above 50%, right? Now, when we look at Ultra League, let's go ahead and go there. Let's go ahead and battle. We will see that overall it's going to be a 75%. But what we care about is the meta because the Ultra League is even more dense. It looks like a 50-50 draw here. Pokemon like Shadow Granbull, the Giratinas, Jellicent, Gliscor, and Skeledirge all are going to be doing well against it. But the only Pokemon you really have to worry about is going to be that Shadow Granbull because you're doing nothing but resisted damage. But when it comes to stuff like Jellicent, Giratinas, Skeledirge, it's all super effective with Night Slash. This is the similar notion that Poliwrath had when it got access to Icy Wind. You apply that Dragon and Flyer coverage and Grass coverage there. This spectrum, it's going to be the Psychic and Ghost coverage, which is going to be really nice. Let's see if you beat, let's go ahead and scroll down a bit. You straight up beat Poliwrath, normal Poliwrath. You beat the other fighters, so Cobalion, obviously, Virizion, you beat, that one's close. I don't see Shadow Poliwrath unless I just completely missed it. Right, okay, it's not here. Alright, that's fine, normal Poliwrath. But it's going to do well, everyone. It's going to do very, very well. And this is a triple threat Pokemon, which means Master League as well. We're going to go ahead and battle that. 19 wins, 16 losses in the Master League. And the stuff that's beating you is going to be those Fairies, obviously, Xerneas and Togekiss. Sylveon going to be big ones. Mewtwo as well. But Mewtwo could probably get hit pretty hard with Night Slashes. So if you love Master League, Annihilape is going to be a Pokemon for you because it can just it can do pretty decently in this meta. I believe it takes down Dialga. Yeah, there's the Dialga right there, which is obviously a huge meta Pokemon that you guys face off a lot against. So overall, Annihilape here looking very strong on the rough simulations when it comes to its stats and moveset against the meta. Now, when we dive into team building here, this is something that you guys can do. If you guys go to the team builder section here at the top, make sure you have scorecard 80. Make sure you click show shadow Pokemon under advanced options. Get Annihilape in there. Go ahead and rate. And what this does is it shows you kind of X's and O's. The X's means Annihilape beats that, and the O's mean it loses to that. So as we clearly see, Azumarill, Mantine, Carbink, Cresselia, they all do pretty well. But what's great is the things that you're losing to have a lot of common counters. Maybe you're thinking about it already. So here we go. Common cores that you guys could be running. Annihilape with Shadow Alolan Sandslash. Annihilape with Lickitung. Annihilape with Skarmory. Annihilape with Registeel. Annihilape with Lantern. You guys are kind of getting the picture here. It's basically directly replacing Medicham, which is pretty huge, considering Medicham has been top meta since the dawn of Go Battle League and Pokemon Go PvP. So December 2018, even though we didn't know it then. Medicham has been #1, and slowly over time has been knocked down to the point where Poliwrath has taken over now, and everyone's like, maybe Poliwrath's too strong, but Annihilape is going to come in and, well, annihilate them, to be completely honest. Now when it comes to Ultra League, we'll go ahead and change this. This is just something you guys can play around with to get your team ideas flowing, as we will go to Ultra League now. We will go ahead and sim the same thing, and we will see. Let me make sure it's got the okay, it is. Sometimes this, as you guys will see here, the combat power, sometimes it'll stay in the Great League instead of upping it to Ultra League, so you need to make sure, double check that. That looks good to go. So we're going to go ahead and generate once again, and you guys can see the X's and O's here. Pretty solid coverage overall. You see the big weaknesses, Giratina, Altered, and Cresselia. And what's great is your #1 and 2 biggest covers are something you can hit super effective against. That's what you really want in a Pokemon to handle the meta. And as we can see, the common pairings here are going to be stuff like Registeel, Lantern once again, trying to swim its way up to the Ultra League. Zygarde complete form obviously is going to be really strong. Regirock is a spicy option here, but then you pick up some more losses against stuff like Tapu Fini, which is pretty strong. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of Annihilape Registeel cores, just because of how strong that combination is going to be. Now, moving on to Master League to get one final look here, as we make sure you have 3695. Let's see, check the IVs. Yeah, it does max it out. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and generate, and we will see that it does struggle against some of these top ones here, like Groudon. I mean, even this matchup, I imagine Close Combat is gonna, let's just have a quick look here. I imagine Close Combat's still gonna do a lot. Yeah, Close Combat, 41%, so that's actually a decent amount of damage. Annihilape can win if it has shield advantage, obviously, and maybe if it gets a bait and successfully shields the Precipice Blades, you're looking at something there. But some common cores that you guys can potentially run are here. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know everything about Master League. I don't compete in it, but this is just for those who love to compete in Master League, and you have the excess candy to get a 100% IV Annihilape up. I hope you guys have that, because all you have to do is, you could already have a hundo right now. All you have to do is battle those 30 or defeat 30 ghost and psychic types, like we said before, when it's your buddy, and then you can evolve it. So it's fully accessible with all your legacy Pokemon that you might have. But overall, this event is looking very good. It's an easily accessible Pokemon. It's a good amount of time. There are great wild encounters, decent raids, nothing that's making me want to raid, to be completely honest, because I already got all this. And then 4x Stardust, Go Battle Week, 10 sets a day. Like, it doesn't get much better than that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you guys think about Annihilape. I hope it gets the moveset that it's going to get. I'm going to be completely honest. I hope it gets this moveset, because I think it would be very cool to have a new fighter in the meta. Something fresh, something bringing it in, and kind of shifts things a little bit. Maybe we see more Azumarill and more Alolan Ninetales come back in order to handle it. Overall, I hope it's good. I hope it's good. So, like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.